What's up everyone, it's Mike from Hookah Enthusiast here. Tonight I have a bowl review and I'm talking about the Alpaca Apache bowl. Alright folks, I'm back with the Alpaca Apache. This one courtesy of Omar over at alpacabowlusa.com. Huge shout out to Omar. But just wanted to give you a quick close-up of the bowl. As you see, you have the alpaca logo on the bottom. Speaking of the bottom, hopefully you can tell the material is pretty much your standard porous clay that you'll find in all of your quality bowls, such as the Tangiers bowls, stone bowls, what have you. And as you can see, it is pretty thick. I'd say it's a good 1/4 inch thick there, and you can feel that it definitely has some weight to it. You know it's a sturdy, durable bowl just by the feel alone. And going up the shaft, as you see, the signature alpaca grooves, and then up to the bowl itself. The Apache design, as you see, is the raised spire with the holes in the spire, kind of like an Egyptian bowl, but you do have that raised spire which comes pretty much to the top, a little bit below the rim, but pretty much all the way up. As far as the glaze, you see there's a little bit of a crack there in the middle, some bumps along the bottom, but definitely nothing life-threatening. It is handmade, so you can expect some blemishes. I've been smoking with this pretty much exclusively for the last few weeks. Haven't had any problems with the glaze chipping, so just like it was out of the factory, once it gets to the final product, you don't really have to worry about that glaze. So other than that, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing loaded up. I'll show you how I pack it, show you how much it holds, and then lastly I'll show you how it smokes. So I'll be right back. Okay folks, here you see the bowl is empty. It is kind of dirty. What I've done is I went ahead and packed it and then dumped it out onto the scale so I could show you how much it's holding, which as you see here, just shy of 33 grams. Now, of course, depending on the tobacco you're using, the pack that you're using, it's going to vary a little bit, but you're going to look at around 30 to 35 grams, you know, depending on those variables. What I'm smoking tonight is some Trifecta Deja Du, and I like to do a semi-dense pack with this. So, what I'm going to do is show you how I'm packing it. I've got the tobacco already here. And I know this is the right amount because it's what I had in there before. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it there around the spire. Obviously, because the spire pretty much comes to the top. You just want to get a nice pack around that center spire. Nothing too complicated. As you see, the spire is going to allow for some pretty good airflow there. So if you dense pack it, you're still going to get some good airflow there. I do like to kind of fluff it up a little bit. Take the fork and just spread it around. Now, as I said, this is the Apache bowl, not to be confused with the Lipache, which is designed to go with the Lotus or whatever heat management device that you would like to use. But this one actually fits perfectly, despite not having the lip. You can use a Lotus, it just sits perfectly right on top of there, and that's how I'm going to be using it tonight. So, that being said, guys, you see it's loaded up. I'm just going to go ahead and clean the rim off a little bit, come back at you, show you how it smokes. So, be right back. Okay guys, as you see, I've got things ready to go. My setup tonight is my Hookah Electro, water in the base, aluminum dream hose, Of course, a Alpaca Apache bull. And as I said in the previous clip, I am using the Lotus tonight. Hopefully you can tell that is a great fit there. Of course it's going to work with foil, but again, not to be confused with the lip patchy, which has the lip on the inner side of the bull, designed for the Lotus or a heat management device. But again, fits perfectly. So I'm going to take a few pulls for you, show you how it performs. As you're seeing there, hopefully, very nice clouds. The performance of it, the draw, effortless. Very wide open draw. As you saw in the close-up, that center spire has all those holes in the bottom of it, making a very open draw to it. The flavor, I'm still getting excellent flavor despite the open draw. Of course, there are things that you can do to kind of tweak that a little bit. You can use a more restricted pipe, more restricted hose, what have you. Either way, the bowl itself is going to have great airflow to it. As far as the longevity, like I said, you're going to get around 30-35 grams of tobacco in this, so expect to go a while. I tend to go 2 rounds of coals and then call it quits on any particular flavor, and I've been able to do that every time I've used this bowl. I've always gone my 2 rounds, and again, depending on the tobacco, very little flavor loss. So very good in that department. So performance-wise, it's an excellent bowl. Aesthetically, I love it. I've always been a fan of the original Tangier Super Chief, and then when the Apache came on, kind of the same concept. The difference though is that the spire comes up almost to the rim, whereas the Super Chief does not. It's pretty much down at the bottom, just a little bit of a raised area there. So slight differences, but pretty much same concept. Either way, always been one of my favorite bowls as far as design goes. So no different there. The fact that it fits the Lotus perfectly, very good in my opinion. A lot of folks out there are looking to use heat management devices, so you can use that with this. Very good. So that's about all I have for it, folks. It's a great bowl. Definitely one that's going to be in my rotation quite often. Like I said, I've used it pretty exclusively for the last few weeks since I've gotten it, just kind of to test it out. Various ways I've tested it with different pipes, different tobaccos, different hoses, what have you. And even still, after I've done the review, I'm still going to continue to use this pretty much on a semi-daily basis. So that's saying something, especially considering how many bowls that I do have. So definitely going to be one of my most used bowls. So with that, guys, again, that's all I have for it. Hopefully I've got everything in there covered that you wanted to see. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. I'll see what I can do, get back with you as soon as I can. Other than that, once again, thanks to Omar over at alpacabowlusa.com for giving me the chance to try this out. Everyone out there, thanks for watching. If you can, please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, smoke on.